early. We're going to go for about an hour as we do. Um, in somewhat related news, I uploaded the video of last night's Disco Elysium session onto YouTube. And that ended with me immediately being served my very first copyright claim. Not a strike, just a claim. Um, and they presented me with two options. I could leave the audio in and they would place ads throughout my video, or I could scrub it out and not have ads. And I chose to scrub it out because I don't want you guys to have to deal with ads to watch my videos, especially where they're over an hour long and God knows what YouTube would do with it. So, from here on out, unfortunately, with Disco Elysium, what we're going to be doing is I'm actually going to have to go in and shut off the in-game music. Um, because most of the music in Disco Elysium is made by an actual band, and their music is actually for purchase. And so there is a valid, a valid claim there. So I'm just going to acquiesce to it. We're not going to have any more risk of issues or ads or any of that. If you guys would like to hear the music in the game, which you definitely should. I mean, you should buy this game and play it for yourself because everybody's experience is going to be different. But if you want to hear the music, I believe the soundtrack is available on its own, and it's definitely well worth listening to, even removed from the game. So that would be my suggestion. So yeah, from here on out, I'm going to have to go without music. Although, it would be cool if there was an option to, like, select fully turn off the copyrighted stuff, because I'm sure there's at least a couple pieces in here that are I mean, my whole video didn't get claimed. Only one particular part did. So I'm assuming that the bulk of the music is not actually claimable, or they choose not to claim it, or any of that. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Um, and yeah, it is a bit of a bummer, but it's better than you know, not being able to share this wonderful game with you guys. And hey, maybe you guys will be itching to hear more of that sick music so much that you'll go out and buy the game for yourself. So, be a win-win for everyone in that case. I think a lot more people should play this. So, with all that disclaimer out of the way, where we last left off, we just gotten through receiving a bit of a thrashing, I guess you could say, from our superiors. We called in to report our badge missing, which they had a field day with, followed by another field day when they realized we also did not have our gun or our uniform. So we're really in a bad way, I guess. But with all that clerical stuff out of the way, we did also grab a pry bar, so hopefully we can get that dumpster open. But we also got ammonia from this nice lady over here. So we should be able to go back and actually inspect the body now, which is exactly what we're going to do. First, we're going to open the dumpster. We have the pry bar equipped. You can see it down here in the corner. Let's see if it'll work. Well, I don't know. This seems to be a difficult thing. We might be better off asking for the key from our best buddy Gart, I think his name was. Let's just try though. I mean, our physical instrument is not terrible. Well, let's see. Man, force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it isn't bending. What is this? Your triceps ache for the metal to bend, but it resists. This calls for a potent curse to help break its resistance. Utter the power words. The fuck kind of metal is this? This is fucking shit. The quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough. He's enjoying your little failure. He finds it amusing. He's reveling in the sweaty rage on your face. It is probably a pretty funny image. Oh, one thing I totally forgot to point out mechanics-wise yesterday, and this could be very important to certain types of people. So you might notice that this has a time down here that does move, but don't let it trick you into thinking that this game is like a timed mission exactly, because time will only pass when you progress conversations and things. You can walk around and explore as much as you want and time won't move. There are, I think nearer to the end it might become a little bit more stressful, but this isn't like a Dead Rising where you have to count every second, which is the impression I got at first, and I do not like that sort of stuff. It's not like that. This game can be played pretty leisurely. So, anyway, I don't think kicking the container is going to help. I feel like hanging from it might just break the pry bar, but we'll try it. There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and puffing. Clearly the technique is wrong, but nothing else comes to mind. That's it. I can't pry it open. Let's ask the manager for the key. This is clearly not working. Yeah, well, we will do that, but first, we did come here to inspect this body. Let's see if we can do that. There he is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now. So, we have the ammonia. We do have a higher chance of not puking. It's not really a great chance, but why not try it? We still failed. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You managed to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears. The ammonia didn't help at all. Nor does the wind right now. You feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically. The weight is reassuring, like a crenelle on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You're facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. Why can't I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole life? I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate, throw up, initial autopsy, throw up, bag it. He pats your back again. Then drive to the station, maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough. Well, you seem to be fine. I think I've lost my sense of smell. There's a pause. Not being hungover helps too. Can't we do something else? I think I want to solve something else now. That's probably a good idea. Clear our heads. Before we do that, he withdraws his hand from your back and looks you in the eye. You need to get your shit together. He is right. Okay. But I'm still going to shake my head and say no. No. The lieutenant's expression is stern and impenetrable. He points at you. You will get your shit together. You're sure this has not affected his impression of you in a good way? I actually misclicked, but pretend. For a moment, the hanged man appears to smile. His lips are red like a clown's. Bitch fight, see? Bitches are at it. Bitches about to kill each other, I think. The lieutenant pays no heed. We should go and do something else. Give it half an hour, and come back when you've gotten your act together. You have received a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet right here in the bottom right menu and equip it. So, this game has an interesting take on skills and things. So this is called Volumetric Shit Compressor. It takes 30 times to research, 30 minutes to research. So you have slots, kind of like you would for skills. Let's see what the problem is that we need to solve by thinking for half an hour. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together, compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Alright. So, how do we solve this? Well, we have to internalize this thought. It takes up one slot. Now, for the next 30 minutes, we're going to be working on that. at which time we'll be granted either a bonus, penalty, or something in between. Um, this system has gotten a lot of criticism because you don't know what you're going to get out of it. This is a tutorial one, so I'm going to spoil it. This will help you. But some of these, you might wait a long time to internalize it, only to find that it's actually a negative. And in order to remove thoughts from this cabinet, you actually pay an experience point, like a skill point you get for leveling up. So, in essence, you can kind of end up wasting resources with this. But you know what? That's kind of how real life works. I know that I've spent a lot of brain power on some things that I just think are foolish now. So, it is realistic, but it kind of can be very frustrating. That's, one of the gripes that people have with this game that I can kind of understand. I don't mess with this system all that much, so it doesn't really bother me, but just something to be aware of. But anyway, we've internalized it. Kim suggested that maybe we should go talk to some people. I think that's a pretty good idea. I'm also kind of curious about what that is, though. This area we didn't explore yesterday, and it seems there's a door here. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Our perception is very low, but let's try. Why am I looking at this pile of the roofing material? Failed. Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid palette. Easy on the eyes. No, there's more to this. You get this strange feeling. What feeling? Forget it. No more tangents. Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones. What is this? It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Mm-hmm. Okay. Keep your secrets. What's this bucket? Oh, we can't get to that. That's in the foreground. Okay. Looks like a crane arm or something. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. Okay. Could that be my code up there? It seems that we can't react to it, but it kind of appears like it might be. Alright. Well, man, this atmosphere is totally different without the music. I actually kind of like it. So let's stop in and speak to our friend Gart real quick. And see if he can give us the key to that container. Hopefully we didn't bust the lock in to make it unusable or whatever, like in Silent Hill logic. Yeah, I think that without the music on, this game actually has a very different tone to its atmosphere. I don't know, something's different. Let's talk to our cute wheelchair lady here.
Hello again, sweetie.
Her gray eyes shine above the rims of her glasses. I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am, or what I'm doing, or anything. Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. Yes, officer, you look rather dazed, like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. She won't judge you, no matter what you say. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything. Oh my, it takes a moment to process. You know where we are, right? Well, I think we've gathered that this is the Whirling in Rags, but we kind of heard the name Revachol, right? That's right, in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise. Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of a place is this? Her gray eyes widen. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? Well, we heard 51 somewhere. Kind green ape pen? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded. This lady is so sweet. Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders. I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What kind of government? Um, I don't think it's a democracy. None of these really seem correct, but definitely ain't that. Some kind of democracy, maybe? No. I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Well, we'll try that. Oh, sweetie, she smiles a sad smile. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way, other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat. If there's no government, how come there are cops? Oh dear, she shakes her head, suddenly very worried. And you are doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol. Not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. She's scared now. She realized you really are brain damaged. Who could tell me more? Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask. She turns to the lieutenant. No. He looks away. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective. Alright. Of course. She turns to you. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. Okay. I've got to get going. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case. She gives you a small wave. She really is such a sweet lady. Let's go talk to not-so-sweet guard. Although, as we've now learned, it appears that he does have legitimate reason to be mad at us.
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to accomplish? You do understand you still owe me money, right?
Ah, there was that small issue. Damn, your feet thought we got away. That doesn't seem fair. You demonstrated some serious skills there, slipping away Sambo style. No, we did not. We just walked. By the way, Sambo or Samaran boxing is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo used to incorporate a wide array of martial disciplines from archery to mounted combat, but mainly means aesthetically pleasing single combat nowadays. Sambo's style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. Um, but you must have appreciated my Sambo style stealth, and that alliteration. Oh, well, if that was Sambo style, then let me wipe that debt, sir, he snorts sarcastically, then suddenly changes tone, probably realizing it was pretty cool. Okay, the stupid drinks are on the house, Mr. Athlete. I still have to charge you for 3 nights in the broken window. That's 100 square. Thank you for your cooperation. Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you up there. He points upstairs toward your room. Now what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here. Um, is that trash container out back yours? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags. Yeah, okay, bro. You know what I was getting at. Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked? Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out, that's why. And the neighbors, too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company. I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container? Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company. It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. No, no, it doesn't seem callous. Nothing stirs in me. Okay then. Maybe you're callous yourself. Shut up, rhetoric. We need those keys. What do you need them for? Well, to open the... It concerns the case. The lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden. Please cooperate. Alright, easy as that. He takes the keys from under the counter and hands them to you. Just bring them back once you're done, please. Alright, that's it for now. What's this? By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. Do I even have one? But you've been at this hostile cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Far away? In time or space? Ooh, deep. Mostly in space. That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Could I trace the way back somehow? To the exact street, the exact number on a building? Oh, thought gained. Lonesome long way home. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear. Alright. Well, our volumetric shit compressor is like almost half done, and we still have room for one more thought. Let's read this. So, if we research this, we get +1 encyclopedia while it's researching. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the Great Raised Motor Track, the 881, till you reach Le Domaine MNN in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there and your footprints in the mud. We'll internalize it. Get that little bonus. Alright, well we got the key to the dumpster, so. You got anything else to say?
Hello again, sweetie.
Oh, we have a new option. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? Her expression becomes very serious. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck? If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you? I don't really like the idea of playing with her feelings like this, but we pretty much are guaranteed to pass this. Let's try it. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear. It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me. Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but she unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm. I could give you this to pawn just to tide you over. Wonderful, the lieutenant marks drawly. He has a pin. The pin is round and slightly tarnished, 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, St. Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races. I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money. Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back. Alright. Well, that was very helpful. I also want to check, didn't we get... Yeah. What's this pen? A pen with a green ape head on one end. The ape has closed its eyes. Kind expression adoring in its face. Seems to be meditating. This unusually tasteful pin was produced to celebrate the St. Baptiste Summer Dinghy Races. It has the warm glow of a well-loved memento. Alright. Well, I guess we should try to find this pawn shop. Oh, well, we could also, finally open the dumpster. Maybe we should go do that first. Yeah, we'll run up there and do that real quick. Quite curious to see what's in it. I mean, it's a locked thing. It has to be important. Open the padlock with the key. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't! Maybe you shouldn't. No. Open the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. We're just in time, the lieutenant peers in. This hasn't been emptied for over a week. Gross. Look under the boxes of carton. You see it. Milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste Soliel cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Look at the rags. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. Curious. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. The victim's clothes. The lieutenant smells them. Cadaver and odor is faint. These belong to the deceased. They were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. Drop them in here, officer. Bag the trousers. The lieutenant quickly searches the jeans. Guitar mark blue jeans, pockets empty, or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A wide belt. The loops appear stretched, but he looks into the container. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here. Something slimy catches your eye. Reach for it. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus. May as well bag that, too. This is a military-type overgarment, no label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. He nods to himself. Anything more? The rest of the rags are just kitchen-variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye, but other than that, thrown-out towel, a mug, that's all. Alright, we should go to guard again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. Could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. He nods toward the red-haired boy behind him. I'd advise against confronting that force. Okay. Alright, I guess we should just look through everything. What about the food waste? It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly, unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? What? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Let's pick it out. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes. Written in a man's handwriting. Officer, is that your paperwork? I don't know what this is. Secret task complete. It is. Look. He points to the clipboard. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get into the trash? It must have been cramping my style. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Well, he doesn't know what to say. His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up. Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes. Okay, I'll do that. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. He peers into the trash, where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see, or are we finished? Well, there is that mug. I'm gonna grab that too. You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. An antique? Only in its social sensibility. Boom, got him. Let's take it. Yellow man mug. Mm-hmm. The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Let's close that. That's one thing off the list. The lieutenant sounds relieved. I think we got it all. Alright, what's this? Have we finished? Looks like we have. What have we discovered? Bizarre scientific news from Revershaw West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts. So we've unlocked another chance at all the white checks for endurance, like the body. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4, so we can level it up further. And alright, cool. Let's examine a couple of these. So, there's this mug. We may as well interact with it if we can. It's just a race's mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you gonna say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective. Alright, mug. Let's look at our ledger. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Gross. Anything else? There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor. For you. Ouch. Below the pathetics. Terror. Do not look into its blue heart. Let's look at the white papers. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. What's in there? What are they about? Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are the handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51 this year. January 51 this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention, but there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases. Undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You've attempted 2 cases a week on average. Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant? Huh? He raises his nose from his notes. 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it unless you start making mistakes. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though. 2? He raises both eyebrows. That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you're making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. That's okay. He nods and turns back to his own case files. We all make mistakes. God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills. The checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense. Okay. There is mention of a naming convention here? Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins, yet still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. Oh my, and they're written in capital letters, too. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural, another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders, another yet, The Unsolvable Case. More? Others appear more lighthearted. The Guys on a Couch in an Unexpected Location, and The Murder at the Hookah Parlor, even the rare article-free Collapsing Tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You don't like this grimy murdering, don't you? Oh, you like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these files together, but it can be done later, once you're done inspecting them up close. Alright, I have to open an official case. Is there room? There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Commit to paper using the pen Lena gave you. Aww. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. Cross out the ones you've already finished. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you. And a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? No, actually. Any ideas? Well, I mean the hanged man is that makes the most sense. Great, that's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. Okay, cool. He flips the pages of his notebook. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. Kim, all my cases employ a naming convention similar to what we used on ours. Yes, how very childish of you, he mumbles. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system in addition to the official alphanumeric. Why is that? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work amongst themselves. Okay, all good info. I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Hear anything about this? Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, he peeks into his notes, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. What happened to him? Rail spike through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. Damn, what a way to go. Alright, I'm done inspecting these. You don't exactly close them so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Alright, what are these yellow papers then? In the back you see thin translucent copier paper, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to some type of form. According to type of form. What types of forms are there? 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Well, we're going to need a field autopsy. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs. Okay, physical instrument, calm down. Let's check misconduct fine. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. Simple enough. Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. Okay, enough of those. Yes, all that remains now is to fill these forms out, those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. I have a lot of health. You can actually, I think the first time I played, I only had 1 or 2 to start. I started with 5 and 4. That's pretty great. Let's look at the clipboard. Uh, it's made of dark blue plastic hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 sized board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters RCM. Alright, back to the rest of this. I don't want to smell it. Inspect the clip. An aluminum block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. Run your finger across the aluminum. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Hey, Lieutenant, what is this? What? He is lost in his own notes. It takes a moment for him to see it. That thing? It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. How can I read it? Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Like, for example, all RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too. That means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on. Alright, thank you. Can I read the case files now? It's possible, yes. Easy, no. You need to come up with a small archaeological system to reorder the remains of your past works. At the moment, all they do is fall apart in your hands. Some dates and the numeric titular system is all you have. Alright, fair enough. Let's put that away for now. Let's just take stock of... We have a whole bunch of stuff to work on here. I guess we can once again try to inspect the body now that we've finished getting our shit together. Okay, there he is, still looking right through you. We got 92% chance. We got +6 to this skill because of that little thought cabinet thing. Let's do it. Bam! As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Do they always do that? They do after 7 days, yes. We're deep in decomposition here. Step closer. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in its strength. We got a whole bunch of shit to look at. Let's inspect those boots. Those look fancy. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set. These aren't just boots, are they? They're armor. Indeed. With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. What kind of armor is this exactly? Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide most likely. This is where the make would be. Where? Under the heel. Fairweather. He turns the boot slightly. Fairweather model T500/VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. What happened to the rest of it? The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. Damn, okay, I get it, bro. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. He nods toward Kuno, who's eyeing you suspiciously. This is one thing he might actually know. Do I really want to talk to him again? If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil. Why does my mortal coil need protecting? Yes. Bullets will fly, they always do, and the coil is fleshy and mush, impermeable, casted in ceramic shell, resist death. Okay, understood. The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form, ageless and synthetic. The material looks out of place here. It is. It's expensive. The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that same time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. How much are we talking about? For a full set? About 4 years of wages. Holy shit. Ka-ching, baby! By ka-ching, do you mean... He tilts his head. Let's not log them as evidence, let's steal them? No. What was that about the constabulatory before? You need to push some buttons if you want to recruit the lieutenant in a conspiracy. No, that is not what we're doing. No, that's not what I meant. Of course. How could this man afford such expensive hardware? That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company, but that's just hearsay. These look pretty advanced for a security guard. I know, what are you protecting yourself from, monsters? I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. Knock on the boot? A small bell-like sound fills the air like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action. How about not? Sounds fragile. It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. He points to the boots. See? Faint organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates till there are hundreds of them altogether. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly. Yeah, maybe. We should log it as evidence. Let's pull it off. This feels dangerous. Are you sure? How dangerous could it be to pull a pair of boots off? The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above. Oh, that is true. Stop! The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm. Pig's gonna pull his head off! Brutal. Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it? Let's just let go of the boot. What's wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting go, Kuno? I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a blank. Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by pulling on the deceased foot? Well, I wanted to log the boots as evidence, but... Alright, let's inspect the belt. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you. That seems unimportant. Well, let's follow it a little further. Vermilion in yellow letters along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo. Wow. This is a bad time for a drink, right? Extremely. What kind of rope is this? Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Well, there is like a port around here and all that. Like in a circus, when the circus leaves town and they tie a black spotted giraffe to the wall of a carry pen. What? Yeah, I somehow don't think Kim's gonna relate to that. Like in a harbor? Yes, it looks like they used whatever was on hand, paying no attention and not incriminating themselves. Well, why? That seems very foolish. And that's, yeah, that is also an assumption. They sure wanted him to stay there. Well, obviously. We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it? The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Yeah. Then you should ask me the first moment we get. Alright, alright. They sure wanted him to stay there. The polyester seems strong. It's not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. He rises to inspect the noose. See those lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. Rabbits? I don't know what that word means. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed. How did they even get him up there? A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. He makes a pulling motion. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there. Oh, it's what you would do? Suspicious. Let's back off. Alright, well what about these tattoos? You can kind of see them here. Let's see what this is about. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars. What will mine be marked by? Alcohol and heartbreak. Okay, thanks, bro. Your fist clenches suddenly. It will be riddled with disco. Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already most of the canvas that's holding it is darkened. Now it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink. Is this a map of the night sky? Well, he was a sailor, right? A map of the stars. He turns around to breathe before inspecting it closer. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts, Great Century Messinian maybe, but this seems more particular, customized somehow. As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. Thought dissipates and you feel as though you were only half right. I'm missing something here. So am I. A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminum from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera. Let's let him work. Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that? An instant color camera. He produces two metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there. This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence. I have only two ampules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one. He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then, a sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. In case we need it, the lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. It is a cool machine. Yes, he slides the camera closed and tucks it away on his belt. It is pretty cool, isn't it? What do we need this photo for? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Okay. Here, a souvenir. He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes. Don't lose it. Alright, what about his eyes? His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death. Tell me, who are you, dead man? What kind of voice should this guy have? I'm gone. Where have you gone? Into the wild pale yonder. Where is that? In the past. Way out in the west. Okay. I can see you're gone, but who are you? I'm a joke. Look at me. You are now, but who were you when you were alive? A killer. A motherfucker and a killer. Takes one to know one. I have another question for you. Go ahead, Kobo. What is happening? What do you mean? I'm talking to you. It's the power of your... Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips. Imagination. Yeah, man, don't be crazy. Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much. Okay, necktie that speaks to me. He loves those. Alright, why were you feeling pleasure when you died? Maybe I was getting my rocks off? So, you were feeling sexual arousal when they were hanging you? Do I look like an erotic auto asphyxiation type to you? I mean, right now, kind of, but no. Captain Copodromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question. Um, enough. You can come back and look into this face anytime you want. Ask me your little questions, freshen your memory, create associations, remind yourself of your mortality, Copodopo. Alright, let's squint and take a step back. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Observe. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue, his fatted hands, thighs, and his neck just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. Relax your eyes. Okay. How do we get him down? He stops to think, then checks his notes. Are you sure we finished a preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down. We have been very thorough. We've been thorough. Do you have a plan for getting him down? 70 experience. Damn, we leveled up and all. New skill point. The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the lock. The belt, sorry. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's a question of cutting it. We could saw the branch, but that's the same problem. We'd have to be able to reach it. No one else is going to do it. No, we're not going to not do it. We could ask for help from the harbor, but considering that we're kind of blaming them for this, they're probably not going to do it. So, maybe we could shoot him down? Yeah! The enthusiasm is unrestrained. Bang bang time, pigs! Shoot his head off! The lieutenant remains unaffected. How? Well, I don't know if the bullet would actually break the belt since it's steel reinforced. But we could probably break the branch. I don't know. Just, shoot up there maybe? Yes, he corrects his glasses. The buckle, where it ties the cargo belt to the tree. If the shot hits that, then there might be a small chance to release the belt. Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit. They'll miss. The pigs will miss, Kuno. The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea. Well, we kind of learned yesterday that his eyesight is terrible, right? I'm gonna let him choose. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the falotse position, taking aim. Corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger. I'm not gonna say anything. He needs to focus. He's gonna fucking miss. The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself, God damn it. He feels bad about it. About his eyes, mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him. Fucking idiot. Malcupa, asshole. I don't know what that word is. Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Well, we're not going to console him. What about, try again, maybe? No, we're lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that. Let's tell him to get his shit together. Remain collegial, officer. It was an honest mistake, and I will not repeat it. Alright, what now? I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance. Well, okay, maybe we'll still suggest the branch. Climb up there and saw the branch? Yeah, either one of us could do it. We could use the kid's ladder on the side of the tree. I don't trust that ladder. The assailants didn't use it. It's rotten and less sturdy than it looks, and I don't see another good way up there. He looks around, then at you. Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this. It does seem dangerous. There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down off trees. Can I have the gun? I should try. It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks. He pauses, then shrugs and proceeds to load the pistolet. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it. They only have one gun! This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen. Yeah, take it, you fucking some word. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth. Let's feel the weight first. The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your finger fits right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth. Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger. Point the gun at the belt. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm. Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? She hisses. At least you won't miss. Oh, God. Close your left eye first. Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates. As you wait, your breathing slows down. Some mosquito-like organism buzzes in your peripheral. Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now? Tell her to shut up. Or what? You gonna fuck me? Her voice is almost a whisper now. You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about? Oh my god, she's so annoying. Nah, you know what? This is not worth the risk. Here. Because he's right, we could damage the body. Enough gunslinging for today. Okay. I suggest we go to the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to help us with the body. I would have preferred us not to owe the Union anything, but we clearly cannot do this ourselves. Let's go. Alright, well hold on. First of all, we have another point to put somewhere. I feel like we should probably... Yeah, I feel like visual calculus is something we should probably care about. Let's level that up. Oh yeah, we should ask Kuno about the rest of the outfit. We should also inspect this tattoo picture real quick. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Yeah, we know all this. Still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not right. What's the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will, without assistance. Someone close to the victim might know. Alright. Well, we'd kind of need to know who the victim is to figure out the rest. But let's just talk to Kuno again.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
The boy turns to you. He doesn't care. I have more questions about the crime scene. Yeah, the kingdom of Kuno. The fuck do you want with it? Kuno, there's a actually, the dead man's clothes are in the trash container. How'd they get there? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit's beneath Kuno. Alright. I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene. Listen, he stops you. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there. Dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Points to his pants. Your size, good price, 500 real. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. He points to the cadaver. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa? The lieutenant remained silent, but his expression couldn't say "I told you so" any louder. No, Kuno, you don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating, and I already have pants. Whatever, Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for falling anyway, pig. Kuno, there's a stack of Eternite back there. That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind, lazy dinks. There it is, that strange feeling again, as if there was more than meets the eye about that pile of roofing material. It's a transformer. Yes, some shit gimps left behind. Were those gimps left-handed? The fuck are you talking about? Kuno doesn't know what handed gimps they were. Trying to get you to talk, Gimp, Kuno. Don't talk. You can't hide it. I see without vision. With my inner eye. Inner eye? Fuck are you talking about? He loses his cool for a moment and starts yelling. Ask me a normal question, pig. They're trying to make you feel stupid, Kuno. You glance at the roofing material in front of the shack. Yes, you should go back there. Yeah, well, there was also a mug in the trash. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yes, does this racist mug have anything to do with it? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain, he whispers excitedly. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker. Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno. That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned some of it up. Shit, that's tense, he thinks for a moment. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. He nods in approval. The kid may have something there. He's already come up with an interrogation technique, too. Not really. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there, and if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can... Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. She lets out a hiss even meaner than before. Get away from my Kuno. Yeah, Kuno jumps back. Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Alright. I guess it can't hurt to try to figure out what's going on with this kid. No. He's on your crime scene, bossing you around, and he's been here for some time, too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. Could be useful. Hey, Kuno. Think you can turn the Kuno down for a moment? Let's talk like normal people. Trying to fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck, he spits fast. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster. Can't take the Kuno? Stay out of the reactor. Okay. Kuno gonna fuck you up. She pumps her bony fists in the air. Up. Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now. Alright, well, Kuno doesn't fucking care. Yeah, we've gathered. Alright, well, we're at about an hour, but let's do a little more before we end. Oh, you know what we can do real quick? Can we turn this on so we can read that clipboard? Kim, how do I turn on the headlights? He turns the preheater on, waits, takes his keys out and says, Alright, ready. I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater. He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage. Press engine start. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. Grounds permitting to jump. The engine presses the camera, comes the light from a wide prow. Press the button labeled headlights. Ooh, look at those. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle. There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now. Okay. Cool. Let's go stand over here. What's this about? As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears, a street grid in the veins of a great river. Familiar sensation washes over you. There she is, Revachol West. There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice. Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. Let's look at the perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. Let's tally them up. The first row has 18 dots. Not bad. Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet. Fair enough. What about the next one? The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border and then some. There are so many it's hard to count. More than 150 at least. Maybe even 200. What about the last row? The last row has 3 perforations. 3? That's it? That's it. Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean? Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They're your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look. Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years? Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Do you really think I have any idea? Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? The next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200. Is that a lot? It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? Right, those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. Confirmed kills? That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling. So, I'm a killer. That's right, a killer of humans. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk, I don't feel anything anymore. Just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it. Okay, then. You should really brush your teeth every day. Really, like twice a day. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of those officers. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent. Thanks for this. You should never ask someone who's in this type of job if they've ever killed anyone. Now, what's this street grid about? The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. Wait, look around you. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light barely visible in the daytime, 2 men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines. Yeah, I think Shivers is going to be my movie trailer voice. Ah, Martinez, Smells-the-Aaron says. Where are we on this? Let me see. He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it. Right here, he says, his finger near the top of the map, on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. Seems like a shithole. Seems nice. No, it does not, the lieutenant says without optimism. Okay, let's go. Alright, I'll go turn off the lights. You can now see your statistics on your journal page. Can we? Check that. Oh yeah, name unknown. We have 2 points towards sorry cop. Sorry. So far, so this is our political kind of spectrum, I guess. We have 2 points towards communist, 0 towards fascist, 1 towards ultra-liberal, and 1 towards moralist. Good cop, bad cop, we have 2 points. Honor, 0. people killed 3, cases solved 216, years in service 18 years. Alright. Oh, you know what? Before we close out for the day, I actually kind of went over time. That's fine. This game tends to suck you in once you get into it. I'll probably end up doing longer than an hour sessions in the future. It does seem that we're able to inspect this again with some renewed information, so let's look. We have a 58% chance to actually pass this check now, so let's try it. Yeah, there we go. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. Pull the panels aside. There it is. You see a shabby little door. Wow. Yeah, that was subtle. Alright. Gained experience. What is this then? A tool shed? He peeks inside. Let's investigate. Alright, well, before I go in there, we're going to equip the flashlight. Because I'm guessing it's going to be dark. Let's check it out. Alright, what do we got here? An empty tube of magnosolum magnesium supplement, okay. Cured pig's head, gross. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder, what's this? Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine, sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere? Perhaps not. He looks at you. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use. Interesting. Before we go, what is this? The poster says, get out of the way or get fucked up. That sounds like something Kuno would say. What's this? Ooh, money. Hell yeah. Alright, well I guess we'll just go up this ladder then. See what's up here. Oh hey, we're up on where we were before. Can I reach my code from here? Is that my code? It is, right? It has to be. Oh, we can just walk up. Right, we can just like walk up here now. We can also see this bucket. Hold on, I want to see what this bucket's about. Restoration pillars, okay. What do we got here? A postcard. Probably not important. Postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. Alright, well, let's go up here. There's a box. What's this? Nosafib. That will get us some health back if we need it. Alright, so we are technically in the harbor. Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. Man down! A trooper has been left behind the enemy lines. You could swear it's more of an instinct than anything else, but you know it's a cop's cloak. A cop's cloak? It's a cop's cloak. Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. He judges the drop. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. Okay. Let's look around. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. Wow. The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time. Let him have his moment of wonder. His eyes trace the crane's contour as if trying to memorize its majestic shape. Then he notices your gaze. Yes, we are in the middle of something. Your cloak. Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump? The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, he looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meters tops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you. Alright, let's do it. Uh-oh. This ain't gonna end well. Well, looks like we chickened out. Yep, we chickened out. Holy wow, that's high. Doesn't seem dangerous. The lieutenant must be crazy to suggest that. This is certain death. Vertigo almost pushes you over the edge. Right, I can't do it right now. I'll make the jump next time. Oh, we lost one health. We're just gonna heal that right up. Sure, just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there. Alright. Is there anything else? Oh, what is that? That looks like something over there. Oh, some more money. Can't get to any of those doors. Guess we'll just go back down for now. Yeah, because we can't get over there. Can I, like, look at either of these things? Barrels are full of rainwater. That's weird. I can't actually examine that one. Alright. Alright. And we're gonna head back outside. And I believe that's where we're going to finish our session of Disco Elysium for today. We've uncovered a little bit more about who we apparently are, which is always great. However, it's kind of given us more questions than answers in a lot of ways. As far as the investigation into the body, well, we know a little more. We have suspicions, which is always good. However, we have more questions than answers. Tomorrow, I think maybe we will start to meet some of the citizens of town other than these two strangely gremlin-like children. And a dead man that we like to talk to. But for today, we're going to call it a day right there. And I will be back tomorrow. And once this plays nice with me. Uh-oh. Ooh. Okay, that was worrying for a second because it looked as if I had lost that entire stream. Anyways, so that was Disco Elysium. We're going to play some more of that tomorrow, probably. Broken Reality, I'm still planning on finishing. I think I'm kind of close. Perhaps tomorrow morning, depending. But yeah, so you guys enjoy the rest of your day.